In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily turn your AI agent into a chatbot. So I've been working on my practice project here inside of MindPal, creating a party planning workflow. And one of the agents that I created to go along with that is my personal assistant, which is very basically trained to perform any task that I ask for help with and to be helpful and sarcastic. This is connected to Gemini 2.0 Flash as the language model. And right now, if I wanted to use this agent on its own as a personal assistant, just like a chatbot, I could only do that here inside of MindPal. I would have to be logged into MindPal, go to new chat, and then I can do whatever. We can say, hey, what's up? And you can see the sarcasm comes through and it wants to continue the conversation. What if we want to use this chat outside of MindPal? Say you want to embed this into your course, your membership, your program, give it to your one-on-one clients, or use it internally within your team without having your team log into your MindPal account. For that, we need to create a chatbot. So let's head over to chatbots, hit new chatbot. Under general information, let's call this sassy personal assistant. We could put in an avatar URL, so it's kind of like a logo. You can put in a description if you need to. I'm going to ignore that for now and go over to the functional settings because this is where the magic happens. This is where you connect this chat bot to an actual agent within your MindPal setup. You can choose to receive notifications every time somebody chats or not. I'm going to leave mine off. You can collect user information. I'm going to leave that off. And then in the chat interface, you can customize what the chat interface actually looks like. I'm just going to leave it as the default for now. And then under security, you could add this chatbot to a custom domain if you have a custom domain on your account, which I do not. You could restrict embedding and iframing to a specific domain. And I have a free MindPal account for this YouTube channel, so I'm not going to turn that on. And you could choose to enforce a rate limit. This is a little bit confusing because the rate limit is not per user of your chatbot. It's all of the people possibly using your chatbot and then per minute, per hour, or per day. So if you want to make sure that this chatbot does not get used more than 10 times a day by everybody, then you would put 10 times per day. And it wouldn't matter if that was 10 different people using it once or one person using it 10 times. We don't need to enforce a rate limit on this, so I'm going to leave that off. Now it's going to create this chat bot for me. If I click this, I can open it up and get to all of that same information to edit. But if I go to the three dots and hit publish, now I can hit publish again, and it'll give me either a link to open this directly in the browser where anyone with the link could chat with the chat bot outside of MindPal. You don't have to be logged into MindPal. Or if I wanted to embed this into my course or program or my website somewhere, I would just copy the HTML and embed that into my page or my product. Or I could create a chat bubble on my site by doing the same thing. Copy the HTML and paste it into the HTML of your site, and it will create a little chat bubble in the bottom right that will be on any page where you have the code. So let me show you a couple of real world examples of how I've used chat bots within my business and within my membership at Video Brand Academy. So here's a chat bot that my community manager uses at the end of all of our meetups, which are like our group Zoom calls. She will take the transcript and pop it into this VBA meetup recap writer. So all she has to do is paste it in, and it's going to give a recap, possibly timestamps, and kind of summarize everything. So that goes along with the replay for people who weren't able to attend live. So this chatbot operates on MindPal. It's just a link to the chatbot itself. It's not embedded in anything. Alternatively, I have a Ask Anything chatbot that it lives in the lower right-hand corner of my site, only within the Video Brand Academy portal, right? So I have my courses, my membership, everything is hosted on Kajabi, where I customize the product theme for Video Brand Academy in Kajabi. I have embedded the chatbot code, which you get when you actually hit publish on your chatbot. So instead of grabbing the direct link or the iframe, I grab the chat bubble widget code. This gives me a little snippet of code that I then embed into the theme inside of Kajabi for Video Brand Academy. That way this chatbot only shows up inside of this product. It doesn't show up inside of any of my other courses. This agent is essentially trained on everything inside, all of the content inside of VBA. So it's really good at kind of answering questions that someone might typically ask me. They can get an answer a lot faster than waiting for me to reply in the community. And I have a separate Kajabi product dedicated just to my AI tool suite inside of Video Brand Academy. So this also has that same chat bubble, but each of the lessons inside of this particular product are an embedded workflow or an embedded chatbot. So my keyword research tool is a chatbot. How this looks on the back end of Kajabi is each chatbot or workflow is its own lesson. So if you go to edit lesson and then go to source code, this is where you paste in the code that MindPal gives you. So for this keyword research chatbot that I created, I don't want the link and I don't want the chat bubble widget. What I want is the iframe code. It looks like this. It's a very short code, and I paste that into the source code of the lesson inside of Kajabi so that the content of the lesson itself, there's no video, there's no text, it's an embedded chatbot.